Hey, what's going on, guys? Very excited to try this beer for review. This is the infamous Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA. This is one of those holy grail beers that I think a lot of people, when you get in kind of the beer scene, you read about this and you hear about it and you never see it for sale anywhere. And when you finally do, you get very excited to try it. I've been looking for this since I got into beer as like a hobby. And the big deal with this is it's extremely high in IBUs. Basically what they do is during the boil, it's 2 hours straight with continuously hopped for 2 hours. Then it gets dry hopped every single day for a month, and then it also gets aged with more hops for another month. This is officially between 15 and 20% ABV. Although when you see it on websites and stuff, it'll say 18% because every batch is slightly different. So it's guaranteed to be between 15 and 20. That's a lot for beer. An average beer is 5% ABV. So it's extremely, extremely high. In fact, the company recommends you do not finish one of these yourself alone. Because it's so high, it's like drinking, 4 beers. But it also drinks differently than a beer. It's something you sip, something you enjoy, like a good bourbon or whiskey or wine or something along those lines. So it's not something you guzzle. You get sick. Anyone who tries to drink this fast would certainly get sick of it. But anyway, it says Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA, the Imperial Pale Ale, 12-ounce bottle. It says age as well right here in the front. I got a 4-pack of these, and I have 3 of them that are going to be aged. The bottling stamp on here, I don't know how well I can even show this to you. This particular light, if I do this and turn it, you're not gonna be able to see it's yellow. But this was born on 2012. So this has already been aging for 2 years. So it'll hopefully mellow it out. Basically, the reason why you would age beer, if you don't know, is it kills or dulls down the burn and the alcohol flavor, because you don't want things to really taste like alcohol. You want the flavors that are coming from the beer itself. And so it tames it. When you have this fresh, it's very just in your face. You can't handle it, kind of a thing, for most people anyway. So the idea is that it kind of well rounds the flavors, just as if you were to age a fine wine. But anyway, the side here says, what you have here is the holy grail for hop heads. This beer is continually hopped for over 120-minute boil and then dry hopped for over a month. Enjoy now or age for a decade or so. And that's no joke. Some people do plan to keep these for a decade and then try it again. But anyway, you have kind of a different cap on these. Same cap as on the worldwide stout, I believe it is. But anyway, this is one of those things. It's extremely expensive. It's $60 for a 4-pack. If you do find this, because it's only available in 19 states and it's kind of randomly distributed out, you don't really know when the dealers and stuff are going to get these, the wholesalers. So when you do find it, it's a big surprise and it's really cool and fun, especially if you're on like this hunt to try different craft brews and stuff. This is the one that you have to try, whether you like it or not. It's one of those ones where if you're into beer, at some point you got to try it. But anyway, 15 to 20% ABV. Very, very excited to try this. So here we go.
You think it'll be similar to the 60 and 90 minute?
I don't know. I have tried both the 60 and 90. My expectations, I don't think, like you might think the 60 is great. The 60 was a fantastic IPA. It was really delicious, very well done. The 90 was even better, but it was stronger alcohol. It was 90 IBUs, 9% ABV. This one, I don't think, I think it's going to be sweeter because you can't have this much sugar in a beer this high in alcohol without having more of a sweetness. You have a lot of unfermented sugar, so I think it's going to be a sweeter version. Wow. All right, so on the smell, you get kind of the IPA stuff going on here, the citrus. It smells very high in alcohol, though. I do definitely smell that. It smells a little bit more like a whiskey than it does a beer. Interesting. Just a little bit of citrus, nothing like specific like grapefruit or anything else really stands out. I don't know, tell me what you think of that smell. It's unique. It's not particularly pleasant. It doesn't smell like, ooh, that smells really good.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell delicious to me. It smells very alcoholic though. You could definitely pick that up on the nose. I don't know. Alright, so anyway, some new glassware. Got a tulip shaped glass here. So, pour. Very muddy, kind of orange copper color on this. Pretty nice head though. You wouldn't think that you get that much head on a beer with this level of alcohol. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell. You can see the legs on this as if you poured a nice fine scotch or something. The alcohol just sticks to the glass, really sticks around. The smell on this is pretty much the same out of the bottle. Actually, it smells a little more appealing from the glass. But anyway, interesting color on there. Super murky, but it doesn't look like there's stuff floating in it. You know what I mean? So interesting. All right, so here we go. Long time coming. Very excited to try this one. Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA. Well, wow. That's actually really good. I like that. First of all, it doesn't seem to have the same carbonation that I thought. I mean, looking at the head, I thought like, oh yeah, it's pretty carbonated. Definitely doesn't feel like that once you take a sip. So a little bit of a flatter beer. You get a, actually, you know what? You really don't. You don't taste the alcohol as much as I thought you would. It's definitely there. I think I want to say, as far as the alcohol is concerned, it's very similar to the Founder's Dirty Bastard or Stone's Double Bastard. All right, in that it doesn't taste like it's 18% alcohol, but you know what? You feel it a lot more in your chest. When you swallow, it's just like if you took a shot of something. You feel that warming sensation all down the esophagus into the stomach. As far as the flavor, it is a lot sweeter than most IPAs. Definitely sweeter than the 90 and the 60. Wow. It tastes and feels very similar to the Maudit. There's a lot of dark berry flavors. It really doesn't taste like an IPA to me at all. I think, all right, here's the problem. I think a lot of people end up feeling this way as well, is that this is supposed to be the holy grail of IPAs, the hoppiest beer out there. 120 IPUs, I mean, that's ridiculous. So when, I think the expectation people have is when they take a sip of this, it's going to be this extreme hop bitterness and this punch of hop flavor, the piney notes and the citrus and the grapefruit and mango in some cases. But this really, you don't get that at all. This is completely different. I think it's really good, but it's not. I don't really. It doesn't taste like an IPA to me at all. The flavors are different. The flavor, I mean, I get a little bit of butterscotch in there. I get a lot of malt. I taste the hops, but it's not that strong at all. It is much sweeter. It's a much bigger mouthfeel. Yeah, it's more, here, taste that. It's more like a whiskey or like a, you like the smell? In the glass, I like it better in the glass. It's good, it's interesting. It's nothing like I expected at all. It's very flavorful though.
Yeah, it doesn't remind me of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best, really the best comparison I can give it is a stronger version of the Maudite. I forget how to pronounce it, but I did a review on that, and that's the closest thing I can give it for a comparison. So, is it truly the holy grail of IPAs? I don't think so. I think it's really interesting. It's a novelty in that people want it so bad, and it's so limited, and it's so hard to find, and it's so expensive. I mean, the cheapest you're going to find this for is maybe $8 a bottle. That's the very cheapest, all right? Where I finally found it was $15 a bottle, or $60 for a 4-pack, and I found it actually at a second place, and they were charging $12.50 for a bottle, all right? That is a 12-ounce bottle. You can get some cheap beer, a 6-pack of these bottles for $7, or $6. You know what I mean? If you're into craft beer, you get a 4-pack or a 6-pack for $10 or $12, not one bottle. So it's extremely expensive. It's not something obviously you're gonna drink every day. This is a special occasion beer. It's a specialty beer. It's a novelty beer because you hear about it constantly. I mean, people constantly talk about it. It's like that. It's just so hard to get that you want it. Now that I finally got it, I got a chance to try it. I'm gonna say that it's really, really good. But it's nothing like I thought it would be. I thought it would be this, this massive, hoppy beer that would just punch me in the face and just be so bitter that I could barely take it, but have all those traditional, like IPA characteristics. And I don't get any kind of pine in this at all. No citrus. To me, just sweet butterscotch and whiskey flavor. That's pretty much what I'm getting from this. Maybe some fruits too. Some darker fruits like the Maudite or Maudite, very similar again to Dirty Bastard from Founders and Stone's Double Bastard. The positives, first of all, it has a lot of flavor. It's the opposite of what I thought it would be, but it's super sweet, super strong. I'm still surprised that it goes down very, very smoothly. I'm interested in trying a fresher one and a more aged one, in that because this is a 2012 vintage, it's got 2 years on it. So I don't know if this has been calmed down a little bit from when the batch was first released. So now in trying this, it's still not the end of the journey, because I really want to first of all age the other 3 bottles that I have for years to come and try them again, revisit them in the future. But I also want to try something that's super fresh to compare it to. But as far as this 2012, I really like it. It's just not a hop monster, even though there's the most ridiculous amount of hops to go into it. I don't really get that from this. And again, all those unfermented sugars to get it that high in alcohol, it is a much sweeter, much more of a syrupy feel in your mouth. I would say this is a really good dessert beer to enjoy amongst a few different people. You share it up, divide it up against a couple of glasses, and all kind of sip on and talk about and enjoy together. It's really good. I like it. Just I'm a little disappointed in that it tastes nothing like the 60-minute or the 90-minute. I do want to try the 61 and the 75. From what I understand, the 61 is basically the 60 with a little bit of wine in there. That's the gist of the 61-minute. And the 75, that's a whole different thing too. I think that's a little of the 60 and a little of the 90. So that should be more on the IPA, side of things as far as flavor. But yeah, Dogfish Head in 120. Finally, like I said, you hear about this stuff so much, and you want to finally find it. When you do, it's kind of like a bummer, because with a lot of different hobbies and a lot of different fascinations, it's the journey that you enjoy the most. The hunt, the seek, and when you finally find it, oh my God, I'm so excited now. I sat down, took the camera, I'm going to do a review, and I'm drinking it, and I really, really enjoy this a lot. But to me, I mean, overall, there's different nuances and stuff, and there are minute differences. But to be honest, I'm sipping on this, and all I'm thinking is like a bottle of Maudite for $10. You get a bigger bottle. The Golden Druck, I mean that it's half the alcohol in there, but a very similar flavor. This isn't as deep in the fruits and stuff. Or I honestly don't think this is as deep as the complexity of flavor in the Golden Drac, you know, and that, although that's very expensive as well, it's much more commonly found. But I'm gonna say it's a tough one, guys, because I really, really like it. And I'm gonna say that it still is delicious. It's its own thing. It's a special beer. I mean, look at that. Look how that that head kind of sticks around that glass. It is way high in alcohol. I'm going to recommend that you guys still find this. If you're interested in this, or you know, was fascinated with trying to find this, keep looking. Stay on the hunt. It's its own thing. Don't expect it to be hoppy at all. To me, this was not an IPA. It tasted delicious, but it was not an IPA at all. And it has nothing to do as far as flavor, you know, compared to 60 minute, 90 minute. Is it worth the money? Yes, because it's the experience. It's like a legendary beer, and it's worth trying. You know, but I would get one bottle. If you want to fork over the extra money and get the 4-pack, then you could do that and age it like I'm doing. But you know, it's a once in a while thing. So that's it. That's the Dogfish Head 120 minute IPA. I feel the warmth. Definitely all in the chest. Face is getting flustered and warm. Yeah, I don't know really what else to say about it. So overall, a complete recap, which you don't really need because I've repeated myself a few times already, but in case you're multitasking and kind of listening to this video, Dogfish Head 120 minute IPA, definitely worth finding, definitely worth getting once. If you like it, you really enjoy it, go out, look for, you know, some different bottle re-fermented beers like the Maudit, you know, like Golden Drac. There's many ones that are very similar to those as well, and you're going to get a very close experience to this, and you're going to be able to find those other beers much more readily than you will this. So that pretty much covers it. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. In the future, I'm going to do a video review on Dogfish Head Worldwide Stout, which is the same amount of alcohol, although that is a barley-rich beer as opposed to an IPA. So we'll see what that's all about. So hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.